One more fantastic story. Give a warm welcome to Jeff Pogue. Jeff, come on up here and join me, will you? You know, it always makes me nervous when they bring notes. And this is not just notes, this is a whole book of notes. But we've just got 7 minutes and 21 seconds, so let's do this, all right? You ready?
I'll do my best.
Okay. I first started to get acquainted with Jeff when he sent me a text message, and some of you may have been here on the Sunday. I shared that text message. He sent me the text message after attending our Easter service this year, and he said in the text message, if 6 months ago somebody held a gun to my head and threatened to kill me, I would have said, go ahead and pull the trigger. I had no reason to live. I was depressed and hopeless. He said, but now I'm sitting in church with peace in my life, family at my side, just loving what God's doing in my life. That was my first indicator that this story that's been unfolding now over this last year was even underway. I didn't realize what God was doing, and the more I hear, the more impressed I am. So tell us about before God started to work. Where are we at?
Wow. Empty. Very, very empty. There was a day about a year ago, and I was the lowest place I'd ever been in my life. Got in a terrible argument with somebody, and I didn't believe that God could hear me. I didn't think he cared. And I just cried out and prayed, just show up. Man, please, just show up. I feel empty. I feel alone. I'm ashamed. I've been a Christian my whole life, and I'd rather be dead, Lord. I don't hear anything you're saying. I don't see your hand anywhere in my life. Man, just show up.
Now, Jeff, I found it significant when you were first telling me your story that you'd been a Christian for a lot of years, a lot like Carissa. It's not like you didn't have any idea who Jesus was or who he might want to be in your life. It just wasn't working for you.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't. I've been a Christian my whole life. Been born and raised in the church all 50 years. Can't remember a time in my life when I didn't believe. But I was hearing nothing. I was so consumed with doing right and living right and saying right and praying right that I didn't think any of my prayers were being answered. Nothing. It was horrible. I wanted to die. I didn't care if I died. I'd have been happy if I died. I'd have killed myself if I didn't think I'd have gone to hell. I wasn't sure. That's the only thing I wasn't sure of. And I would have. I'd have given up. I wanted to give up.
And that's about a year ago.
Just June 28th, 2015.
Okay. So then what happened? You cried out and you said, God?
And then, I the next day, I went to work and I just prayed for peace. That's all I asked for. Nothing else. Don't change my life. Don't heap a bunch of money on me. Don't make me better looking, like it's possible. But just give me peace.
You said that that's impossible? What?
That's possible.
You know? Oh, okay. I was just...
You know.
Oh, my gosh. Is that the bottom of the bus I'm looking at? Oh, my gosh. My son accuses me of being OCD, and now you got me under the bus.
You're welcome.
Anybody feeling the love here? Because I'm not. Go ahead, Jeff.
So that day, I just simply prayed for peace. And I wrote in my diary, just give me peace. I went to work, 9:22, wrote down, still feel peace. 10:22, feel inexplicable peace. The whole day, peace. I couldn't tell you why. I can't tell you why right now. And then the Lord he just spoke to me. I just started writing down the things that I was asking, simple little things. And he started showing me the answer to my prayers. I mean, he brought my niece's cat home. All right? My sister and her family, they go to Creation every year, and I house sit for them sometimes. And a few years back, we let one of the cats out, and the cat never came back. And so now, whenever we look after these cats, there's this big worry that these stupid cats aren't going to come home. So I let her cat out at night, and 2 days later, sorry, Tiff, 2 days later, this cat still isn't home. And I'm sitting here, Lord, I just don't do anything for me. Just bring this stupid cat home, all right? And he spoke to me really clear. He said, you know what? I brought that stupid cat home every day of its life.
Did God call the cat stupid?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt. There's no doubt about it.
Just asking.
He did. He said, I've brought this cat home every day of its life. I'm not going to shortchange it today. And so I said, all right, then if you're going to bring this cat home and answer my prayer, at least build my faith and make sure that I know it was you. No doubt about it. So the day goes on. About 5 o'clock, my nephew comes home, and I'm really nervous. Now, this cat's not back, and I'm like, oh, man, they've been nagging me to take care of this cat, and it's not back.
And now you're going to be in the doghouse?
I'm never going to hear the end of it,
exactly.
ever.
All right.
And so I finally break down and tell him, hey, look, Brian, Maddie's not home yet, so keep your eyes peeled. When she comes home, let us know. And he walked out the front door, and he said, she's back here right now. And the Lord said to me, is that on time enough for you?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And it's been one thing after another like that.
And it has been. You were telling me that if you hadn't written it down so you could reread it later, you wouldn't even believe that it would have been true, all the things that God's been doing since about, this last year. Like, give us an example.
I don't even believe it now.
Except when you read it, you realize, I actually did pray about that, and that's what God actually did do. So.
And he did. And part of what I've been struggling with was being hung up on praying the right way. And I've had this teaching my whole life, if I regard iniquity in my heart, you cannot hear me. And so I'm running around, with the same baggage in my life that anybody else has, and thinking, God can't hear me because of this baggage in my life. And I was so worried about praying right that finally I wasn't satisfied with my job, wasn't making any money. I'd going behind every month, just miserable. I would look at anything anybody did and compare their life to me. Man, it'd be so nice if I could go out to Applebee's and have a hamburger. And I just prayed, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing here. I want to do something different in my career. I don't even know what it is, but will you just drop it in my lap? And a month later, to the day, you can't make this up, to the day, the director of our company came and said, hey, there's a new position open. We're going to send you to this training. It's going to take a month. It just happened today, but I want you to go. Will you go? And so I did. And that came with a $500 a month raise. I'm very happy. I don't have a whole lot of stress. I'm not a slave to fear. I'm not worried. I'm not anxious. I don't worry about nothing. I really don't worry about nothing.
He's been doing some amazing things. Little things like the cat, and big things like the promotion at work. You're not worrying about things, but you've expressed to me on a number of occasions your astonishment. It's like I feel so undeserving, or talk to us about how you feel. It's like you're being blessed and God's doing this amazing stuff, and yet you're just kind of wide-eyed in amazement, aren't you?
I feel guilty. I honestly, I feel guilty. I don't think that I deserve to have this much peace. I don't think I should be this happy. I don't think that things should just fall into place. God hears me when I answer, when I ask. He probably hears me when I answer too, but that doesn't help much.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah. So I'm answering when the Cowboys are playing, and he hasn't been answering those at all. But
yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
But I don't even know how to express it. I really truly don't. I feel on the spot being up here. I feel blessed being up here. I feel absolutely undeserving being up here. But I'm at peace. I'm happy. I'm full of joy. And you can feel that too. You should be the one up here, not me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. Let's give him a round of applause.